Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your hosts, Frank Cotto from Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelkey from Tampa Bay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. I hope you're ready for another crazy show with our favorite Democrat next to Doug, Amanda Murphy.
My Democrat card today.
No, she's just sitting next to Doug. That's what I mean. Just sitting next to Doug. But Amanda, thanks for coming back on the show. We had you on last week, and we couldn't get enough, so we had
I'm going to bring in my voting card.
Thanks, yeah. I think I'm going to lose mine.
Well, we'll help you win the next election if you run Republican. No, so of course we got Ryan Pelkey, owner of Tampa Bay Plumbers. How you doing, Ryan?
Always outstanding.
Oh man, I love it. And Doug, how we doing? Suncoast Roofing Solutions. Lots of rain out there.
Fantastic. The whole, a couple weeks ago, all that rain we've had has been awesome.
Man, it has been nonstop. But, and of course, me, owner of Lincoln Lending Group and 813 Mortgage. You drop the E, we're going to drop your fee. We're going to have our sales manager, Ryan Torres, back on in a few minutes with another sports update and a new mortgage product. But before that, back to our favorite Democrat, Amanda Murphy, the let me get it right now, the Florida House of Representatives for Pasco County member.
Correct. Yes, you got that right.
From 2013 to 16.
Yes.
Got it.
Quick trip.
Quick trip.
So last time we never really got into. So as you're representative for your community, your county, everything. So what type of salary do people like that make?
So for the state rep, it is $29,600. Your staff make around starting 32. If they've been there for a while, they'll make up.
So your staff
36.
makes more than you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
What?
But think about this. It's supposed to be a part-time job so that you can stay in your other job and that you don't get tied into being a politician.
You mean a career politician?
Actually, yes. Maybe be a public servant.
Yeah.
Isn't that what our forefathers really meant?
Oh, they're rolling around their graves right now with people in Washington. It's ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah. I don't know why we haven't figured out that you need a term limits for everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they have to be the ones to vote on that.
I know, that's the problem. That's the biggest problem. So you made $569 a week.
Woohoo!
Let me ask you: Did you get like the golden toilet healthcare thing too, or did
Well, the state, I did argue about this because as a state employee, as a part-time elected official, when I first started, you could get your health insurance for $50 a month, a family plan, no matter how many family members, up to $180 a month. And
Wow.
I got in trouble because I argued that a part-time employee should not have that benefit.
Good for you, Amanda. That's
Absolutely.
why you're our favorite Democrat.
Yeah, and she only made $14 an hour when she was doing it, just a little bit above minimum wage.
Right. And
It's under Bernie's minimum wage.
couch pennies?
It's called a living wage. But I think that's a really big deal because as taxpayers, we paid at that time, it was
Just make it up.
No, well, it's $15,000 per state rep family.
What?
A year that the health insurance costs, because I was on the healthcare committee. And so add up the $180 that they're paying per month for their family. And it is a Cadillac plan.
So here, this is going to go.
That's what I meant by golden
This is
toilet.
going to go way off
Yes.
topic. But what's your take on the fact that previous presidents get Secret Service for life, they get their house paid for, but like you have someone like Obama, then you just signed a book deal for $50 million, and he's still going to have Secret Service paid for. He's still going to have his house. He's still going to have all these things that
Just bought an $8 million house in
yeah,
DC.
we just taxpayers we just paid for that. So what's your take on that?
Well, let's just think about in the financial field, the annuities have had to change the way that they look at life planning because people are living longer.
Right.
So not only are we paying them this astronomical amount for the rest of their life, they're living longer.
Oh, yeah.
So
And by the
we're
way,
not going to be able to afford that.
Didn't they up the retirement age for Social Security like a few months? They're like slowly trying to up it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you guys.
What is it? It's 60,
It's like 66
or 66
I think it's
now,
66
right?
in 6 months.
You can still draw early, but you get a penalty under 66.
Correct. So it's like 66 in 4 months now. Like
Yeah.
they're slowly tacking it
Which,
up.
by the way, Amanda is actually qualified to be saying these things. Okay, she is an official financial planner for the last 20 years, financial wealth management for 360 Wealth Management of Raymond James. So if you'd like any advice after the show or during the show, and you're listening to her, all you have to do is go to her webpage, 360wmg.com. That's 360wmg.com. So speaking of, I want to hear. Oh, you have something? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, but if you think about Congress, so if they're in there for 4 terms,
Which
and
is
then
ridiculous.
and then they're gone, but we're still going to be paying for
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
do
that's a
they still
double-edged
get that
sword.
health benefit afterwards? Like, could you still get health insurance because you're
No,
a former?
not at the state level.
Not at the state
DC is very different than
DC.
the state.
Once you go there, you're
It's
in.
for life.
Yes.
Right.
Ooh, we should get that tattoo. DC for life.
I agree with the Secret Service detail on the presidents. A former president should be protected.
But when you
But-
have $100 million in the bank, you're still expecting taxpayers to pay that?
No, I don't think that. Oh yeah, I of course.
Well,
I think we should
aren't there
always
rules with
protect-
Social Security? Like, you don't get Social Security if you show a certain income?
Correct.
But that's my point. Is that you
But
have
I was speaking about the security of the former presidents. Like, I think you got to protect them. That would be awful if we just let our former presidents get into.
Well, everybody but Obama. You know. No,
yeah, it's
you're
okay
right.
to split the Secret Service
I
into
just
2
think that you
areas.
have a certain amount of money. Why are you relying on taxpayers to pay for everything that you have plenty of money to do on your own?
But how do you
How do you draw the line?
draw? Yeah.
There's something.
You draw it right before Obama.
You're,
yes, yes.
Let's just go back 10 years, even number. Even number, whatever, You know,
I mean, you have
cancel that in
people,
the
you have
future,
people
too.
that live on Social Security that are making, like, I know this one kid, he was injured or had a problem. He was making like $500. It was $500 a month that the government was giving him. When he got a job, they were saying, well, how much money are you making? They were deducting his Social Security by
Absolutely.
hundreds of dollars a month because he made money.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, Obama just made $50 million. Why are you But I'm just
They
bringing
all
that
have
up.
more money than we do.
I'm just bringing that up because
No,
it's
absolutely.
ridiculous.
Poor Trump took a pay cut.
Personally,
Poor Trump.
Poor Trump.
I'm all for protecting our presidents. What I do have an issue with is these congressmen that are elected for decade after decade, and clearly there's not a financial advantage to be in that position. You're really not making that much money to justify moving your family to D.C. and uprooting your entire life. Most people that
What's the salary
I
for
mean, I think
Congress?
What is it? I don't know.
185,000.
185?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Which is honestly in DC is not a lot of money.
that's nothing.
No.
You have
But do you think that's all they get?
No,
No,
of course
heck
not.
no. Well, free health care.
Well, I'm sure that there's housing.
You scratch my back,
Housing.
you scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it is. I think there's a lot of side backdoor deals going on that
Sure.
People are getting rich. They're definitely not doing it for the $180,000 a year.
No, they're doing it.
They're
What
doing it for the
everything
long
after.
term
Right.
because if you look at someone that went into
The
that
deals.
position, they were like they had no money, but then when they come out of it, they're all of a sudden a multimillionaire.
Here, I'm going to give an early business tip of the week. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And so you get up to D.C., all of a sudden you're tied in with the most powerful people in the country, and you're going to make tons of money regardless. Not to mention your health care is paid for. And your office is like, for instance, did you actually have a paid office? Did they provide you an office as a part-time, like you wanted to say?
I had an office in Tallahassee and I had an office in Pasco County.
Provided by the taxpayers?
The taxpayers.
Okay.
I had a district secretary. They make about $26,000 a year.
You had a secretary up there and down here?
Just in, she stayed in the district.
Okay.
Because there's so many calls and issues that come through that you had to have one full-time person handling calls, and then the other staffer was a legislative aide, making about $34,000. And they would travel back and forth to Tallahassee because they would help you read the bills. They'd help you when you were up there, schedule your appointments, and keep you on track.
Nice. Okay.
Now that what you don't know is the people that are like say someone in D.C. and House, Congress, whatever, the junior, the newbies in town, they a lot of times can't afford to live they literally stay in their office half the time.
Do you know that they get a certain amount of money and they can hire as many or as little people as they want with that stipend?
Correct. So usually they have like they have a family that lives in wherever part of the country or whatever state they live in. So they pay for that house, but they can't afford to live in D.C.
Right.
So they have a bed in their office and they sleep in their office half the time.
Oh, poor thing.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's, unless you're more established and you have a little more money, it's tough
but
to
that's
do.
why you stay on and stay on, and plus the longer that you stay on, the more that pension becomes, and
Right.
that's what you live for is that pension.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, listen, we're gonna take a real quick break and do the 813 Mortgage Sports Minute with Ryan Torres, our sales manager. Ryan, are you there? Ryan.
Hey guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me that great. I'm remotely reporting here live from the Central Park Town Center. I apologize for any.
We love it, Ryan. Tell us, what do we got coming up in sports here, and let's talk about a program.
Well, just wanted to let you guys know that the Bucks are going to be featured on the HBO Films Hard Knocks.
Nice.
And, of course, that is going to be a 5-episode NFL film series. It starts August 8th at 10 p.m., and hopefully the Bucks can improve on their last year's record of 9-7 and make the 11th season of this program a hit with some wins.
I love it, Ryan.
We're going to.
We are. That's exciting. Ryan and I over here, Pelkey, we're huge Buck fans. We're season ticket holders, and we just upgraded our seats this year.
We're going to the Super Bowl this year.
We're going, and we're getting first dibs on tickets, too.
2018,
Absolutely.
I think we have the Super Bowl coming here, too.
We do, so I'd like to go then, too. So, now, Ryan, what's the best product we've got right now? What's something new?
Well, I would say right now we can do some government loans, FHA, VA, with some sub-550 scores, and we've got a lender that does that. Obviously, I wouldn't plan on anything less than 60 days on that type of program, but it's a great program if you have a lower tiered score.
Yeah, so what Ryan's talking about is the low credit score FHA loans. We can go down as low as 500 credit score on an FHA loan. Now, guys, if you have under a 580 score, we do need 10% down. Got to have a little extra skin in the game. And if you have a 550 score, you can, and you're a veteran, you can get a VA loan, 100% financing for veterans. We love our veterans, right, Ryan?
Yes, sir.
That's right. So Ryan will take care of all the veterans in town. You just call him up at 813-928-5984. That's direct. Or you call 813-MORTGAGE, and we're going to drop the fee as long as you drop the E. 813-MORTGAGE. Call Lincoln Lending today. 550 credit scores for our veterans or 500 credit score for the FHA. We got to have a little skin in the game if under 580. Well, what are you guys laughing at?
Because I got some mortgage-backed securities to sell you.
Oh, man, they are for sale.
They're AAA tranche.
Good. All right, hey, we're listening to the Business Happy Hour. Ryan Pelkey's not getting any of my special programs. We'll be back in a minute with Amanda Murphy and a little bit more political talk from our second favorite Democrat. Be back in a minute.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Having a good time here with Amanda Murphy. On the break, Amanda made a comment and solidified her position as our favorite Democrat. I said second favorite.
Yes.
Now she's back up to the top.
Doug, you just got booted.
I got demoted.
I'm in so much trouble.
They were making fun of me because of these incredible new mortgage products that can get everybody into a house. And Amanda says, everybody deserves a house, right, Frank? And I looked at her and I'm like, that sounded like sarcasm. and I think we actually see eye to eye on something that I've been saying for a long time, guys, that home ownership is not a right. It is a privilege. Okay. Now, there are programs out there that make it easy for people to become home buyers, but I'm not a big fan of the down payment assistance programs because I feel like you should have some skin in the game.
So this is a good story for you, Frank. I have a tenant that just moved out because they bought a home, had their job less than a year.
Okay.
He only makes like $25,000 a year.
Okay.
And got a mortgage, first time home buyer, and he actually lost a job before he got it.
Ooh.
And they still gave him. They still somehow still closed, and he has a house.
He might have had a big down payment. I mean, that's possible.
No, 3.5% down.
Okay, so he got FHA. He did. So I mean, point being is, you can get the house.
That to me reeks like 2007, 2008.
So my question is are these banks still bundling up all these mortgages and selling mortgage-backed securities, and then are they getting these subprime loans, rated as AAA?
Yes, and not really. Yeah, they still are selling them. That's the biggest game in mortgages. People don't realize that the money isn't really made in the interest in mortgages. It's made when they sell these mortgages on the secondary market and make billions of dollars.
That's started in the 80s.
In percentage points on these mortgages, they sell them as securities, basically.
Right.
And you probably know about some of this from the financial sector. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous on both sides because
Totally.
the individual that's getting this mortgage doesn't realize all the stuff that goes around it. When that $6,000 air conditioning unit goes out,
right,
where are you going? When that $10,000, $30,000 roof needs to be repaired or replaced, where are you going? It's not. It doesn't end with just purchasing the home. That's
and it gets way
fantasy
worse.
land.
It gets way worse if you get into a negative equity situation.
Yes.
That's when you start really having defaults. I mean, everyone can hang on to their house if the house is worth $30,000 more than they paid for it.
Right. So here, yes, you're right. Now here's my take. Okay, the skin in the game thing is, I am against the down payment assistance programs. Unfortunately, I have to offer them to even be competitive in the market. But I don't like them because those people don't have any of their own money into the deal.
Exactly.
If you can save 3.5% and your closing costs, okay, and you have enough income to support all your debts on paper and everything, then that's okay. Okay, it's not great. I mean, you probably don't have the savings that you really want to have, but that's okay. You've demonstrated financial responsibility with your credit and your savings to some degree. It's when the government entities step in and they literally give you all the money for your down payment, all the money for your closing costs, and that, Amanda, is where I think we fall into trouble because then they have not demonstrated the ability to save. So when that roof breaks or that AC breaks, what's going to happen?
Well, but I think that where we fall short is teaching them how to budget and having them understand what that next line is. There are great people out there that have been benefited from those programs.
Sure. And I don't want to say it's not good for anybody, but it's just not for everybody.
It just falls back to our education system.
Okay, so yes, and I wanted to get into that before Amanda has to go. Is you brought up something very very interesting about they don't teach them. This came up yesterday with somebody. We are teaching kids to go to college. We're teaching all these crazy things in high school.
Test.
Teaching for the test. Where are the classes that teach you how to balance a
checkbook?
What a mortgage is?
What's
how
interest
to pay
rates?
rent, how to read a lease? What is an interest rate? What is interest? These are basic things that we are not teaching, which brings me to...
We never have. It's ridiculous. You don't even
No, that's never...
You go into debt, you get this credit card, you're like, oh, you just keep spending because you don't understand about it. You go into debt when you're in college.
It is a conspiracy. I'm going to tell you right now. It is a conspiracy. I mean,
well, usually people should be getting that at home.
But we've talked about this, Frank, on previous shows.
This is all a function of the government.
The government owes you the training on how to balance your checkbook?
No, but they don't want you to succeed.
People in our past, the richest families in the world, they developed our educational system.
Yes, why? To keep us down.
Why would they not teach us in school? Because they want to keep the average person an employee, not an employer.
Florida does have a program that the local businesses put together to do that kind of training, and there is some of that schools have the opportunity to take on.
Very far and few between.
For whatever reason, I think it's human nature. Most people don't want to be a business owner, and it's good for business owners. We have to have lots of employees, so we can't really complain about that. I think it's the government intervention in the housing market that's causing all these problems. I mean, we can sit here and talk about we need to teach people how to balance checkbooks. Bottom line is, if someone knows how to save 5 or 10% to put money down on a house, they're probably going to care about that house enough to want to keep making the payments on it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You
But they
know?
have to make that too.
Exactly.
Yep.
We have to have decent salaries.
Right, exactly.
true.
And
That's true.
Yeah, and if they don't, then they need to get a better job. You know, they need to work harder.
So that goes into the debate, Amanda, of the lack of skilled labor in this country and how we're getting away from teaching people to get these skilled labor jobs, plumbers, electrician, carpenters, mechanics, things that our country needs to have the country keep going. Yet my feeling is we're pushing all these kids to college saying, yeah, go to college. You're going to be fine. Go take on $100,000 worth of debt and then come out and you're going to get this cushy office job. But they're standing around and there's no cushy office jobs.
Well, because they believe coming out of college they deserve $50,000 to $90,000 a year,
Which
and
is
that
insane.
That does not happen. And
No.
Pasco's been on the forefront of going back to the manufacturers. We have a manufacturer training school in Pasco County. We've been working on this for probably 5 years because we realize that those jobs are $90,000 a year and you don't have college debt.
Exactly
You learn
right.
those trainings. It's apprenticeship style based on a German model.
Okay.
And
they're tough.
Exactly. So
It's not a camp or anything,
we've
right? It's just
expanded. No, it's a regular school.
Okay.
Oh, good
You guys got
God. I'm sorry. Yes.
That went
Forget
way
the
over
ginger.
her
Exactly. I turned blonde for a moment.
There's no
sorry.
trains taking you there or anything, right? It's
Just forgive her, she's ginger.
I know,
not
I know.
blonde.
If you weren't listening last week, now you know.
But we have done a huge focus and push on this training because not every kid is going to go to college, and we don't need that. We
No.
need more of the labor pool.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
they
when
can
you
make
can
just as
make
good
a
of money.
living, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, Amanda, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You've
Yeah,
been
thanks very
awesome.
much.
Don't forget to find her at 360wmg.com. You're listening to Business Happy Hour. Amanda, thanks again. We'll have you on as a guest some other time and have your insight.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. Got to say, guys, that was one of the most interesting guests we've had on in a long time.
You know, she's like a chameleon, though. She changes colors, and now look what happened to her.
I know. All of a sudden, you know, she looks like a beautiful Hooters waitress.
Thanks, guys.
I can't believe it.
Wait a minute. Who is that voice? That is none other than Sammy, our favorite Hooters waitress that we get the pleasure of meeting every single week. How you doing, Sammy?
Good. How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, Sammy does a little something on 620, and so she was in the studio, and we asked her if she would come in and be on the show. So thanks for coming.
You're welcome. Here I am, guys.
Absolutely. So if you guys have not been to the Gandy Hooters, we've plugged you guys so many times, you know, every time.
We should be getting paid.
We really should be.
620 does, I believe.
Whoa!
You should have told us that.
Hold on. So you should not have
Well, they
said that.
have something. We do something.
Okay, well, Sammy, you're going to now be our liaison for the Business Happy Hour. We got to talk to him. Make sure
You know
you tell
what we
him
need to
when
do?
you get
We
back.
at least need free drinks.
At minimum, free drink
That's what I
cards.
need right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll have you on the next Friday show. You know what happens on Fridays. Sammy's the
Free
one
drinks.
serving us. So yeah, Fridays get a little loose. But so, Sammy, what were you saying you're going to do later tonight? You got some plans tonight?
I hope I have some plans. I was over in 620, and they told me they might hook me up with some Rays tickets. So I'm just
Rays?
waiting.
That's not the Devil Rays?
No,
Devil
not
Rays?
the Devil Rays. That was like 8 years ago.
Oh, wait. We don't have the Devil Rays anymore?
No, guys.
Hey,
You
we're
gotta
going
catch up.
to use Frank's term. We must be living under a rock.
Yes.
It was a PC thing.
I believe you guys didn't even know that it was baseball season.
We have baseball.
No, we didn't. Sammy actually mentioned it.
Tampa has
What
baseball?
game? Yeah. No, St. Pete does.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good.
No, right. It's horrible. But I guess we did become the Rays. Not too. What was it? A political thing? Or
Yeah,
what?
it's a PC. It's all about political correctness. You can't have devil in your name.
Is that why they kept losing all the time?
Oh yeah. The devil was very upset. He sent him a letter.
It was very upsetting to all the Christians.
Oh, is that what it was? Maybe the Muslim Rays.
Yeah,
We could be the
the,
Muslim Rays.
I
No, is that not okay?
don't think the attendance would actually go down even more. I think if that were the case.
Man, you know, listen, this is totally off topic, but it came to my mind. I meant to say it on the last show. I mentioned that terror attack that happened in London, and I specifically said that it was radical Islamic terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a term that a lot of politicians don't want to use because they feel it's, I guess, racial or whatever. You know, the other night we were sitting watching the news, and my son said, he's like, Daddy, what are these terrorists they're talking about? What is this? And so my mom was there, my wife was there, and I decided to go ahead and use the term with him and to describe and to explain that, you know, these aren't all bad people, that there's a certain sect of this group and blah, blah, blah.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, Contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
AJ, okay. I don't think
Let's
I
just
know
cycle
anything.
them out after 10 years. Wait, do they get flair like at Chili's? Like every year you get like a new piece of flair? No.
Every 5 years.
5 years to get the flair.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What's a flare?
It's that, when you go to Chili's and they wear those pins, or Bennigan's, they used to do that, and they have all those pins all over them. That tells you that you're the best. You gotta have. Hey, crazy.
You got to be there 5 years.
5 years.
I'm out of that loop, I guess.
Totally, Doug. So, I only got 44 seconds left, but when we come back, I'm going to ask Sammy a very controversial question about male Hooters waiters. Waitresses? Waitresses? Waiters?
It's a waiter.
I don't know. Transgender bathrooms? I don't know. We're going to ask some controversial questions about that. I want to know what goes on in there, and if you guys have ever seen that, never seen a male employee in there, and what all of us think about that. Is it something that should happen or not? Anyway, you're listening to the Business Happy Hour on 970, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, the Business Happy Hour, or go to our YouTube channel and watch all of our previous episodes. We've had some incredible guests. As a matter of fact, in next week, we're going to have Bob White. Bob White, the gubernatorial candidate for the state of Florida. We just had his campaign manager on last week, so you're listening to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in a minute.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. It's our last segment here with our favorite waitress from Hooters. We have Sammy in house, and Sammy, I promised to hit you with a tough question.
Let me hear it.
So, what if a guy came into Hooters and wanted to be a waitress at Hooters? Would you think that's strange, or what do you think?
I feel like that is very strange.
Right.
Yeah, what would you
Would
have
you
to
guys
wear?
want to come in and see a male and
No,
they wear what we wear? There's nothing else.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We would keep requesting you. Trust me.
No. Gary, on the other hand, we haven't heard from him in a while. But I don't know. Gary'd be like, "Where's Bill?" Bill, the shorts are awfully tight.
Oh God,
man, I don't know. I agree with you, Sammy. I mean, that's weird. But the question is, it's a public company. Can Hooters, and I think this has happened before, can they refuse employment to a male in that position?
Well, if Ryan can refuse someone with a ponytail.
Yeah.
But I just have 50, employees. These guys have thousands of employees.
Yes.
Gotta watch out for lawsuits. But you've never seen that before, Sammy.
I've never seen it.
Okay. All right. So it's not really happening.
I thought there
here.
was a ruling a while ago on that for some
There
reason.
was some sort of ruling.
Yeah.
And I thought
they allowed it.
I thought they did too.
Yeah.
But we'll have to look that up. We did promise to talk about some business here. Ryan had an interesting story that we didn't cover a couple weeks ago when we were talking about this whole male, female, and transgender controversy.
Yeah,
Ryan.
well, they keep popping up. You had the wrestling, and then you had the weightlifting one from Alaska. Well, now one in Connecticut. This freshman boy who considers himself a girl, he won the 100-meter and 200-meter dash first place by a lot.
Okay.
Because he competed against the girls. And it's interesting because if he competed against the guys, he would have placed exactly dead last in both.
So did he have an operation?
No operation, no hormone therapy or anything like that.
Whoa. You're telling me that this guy just went to coach and said, "Hey, coach, I'm a girl."
Remember, it's how they identify themselves. If you simply have to identify yourself as a girl.
Sammy, you do identify yourself as a girl,
I
right?
absolutely do.
Okay, good. Just making sure. That's so basically you can walk up and you can say, "I feel like I'm this. I'm going to either use this bathroom, and now I'm going to go ahead and join the men's track team."
Yeah.
So you're telling me I can sit there and tell somebody, "Hey, I'm a male.
Yes.
I'm going to go in this male restroom right now," and you're not going to stop me?
Yes.
No. Well,
although nobody's going to stop you anyway, Sammy.
Most all the guys would be like, "Come on in."
Most guys won't stop you.
I'm in support of this.
It's the opposite way where you start offending people. It's like I think most women wouldn't want a guy walking in their bathroom. Where guys are like, "Come on in, girls. Come on in." I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Think what you want to think, guys. I think that's pretty strange there, and I think that's totally unfair to all those girls who competed. My opinion is, if you're going to go all the way and you're going to cut it, hey, and I guess it's hard for me to argue, okay? But until you cut, you are what you were born.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the hormone therapy part of it is really important too, because that's going to lower your testosterone down to where you're no longer in a competitive advantage against females.
Right. Well, if you don't, if you don't do that, you're just a eunuch or something, right? So,
yeah, you got to have both. You got to have the surgery and the hormone therapy. I would say to even make it fair to compete.
Yeah.
And then. How far are you going to go with that? Are you going to let that happen in the Olympics?
Well, look, we're going now. You got to have breast augmentation too, right? Because it's unfair. These girls have this additional drag and the additional weight and stuff in the race. Yeah, that's totally probably inaccurate, but it makes sense without saying it.
But what I've heard,
because most runners that are women really don't have.
Yeah,
much,
that's a good point.
I've heard that
steroids do that.
The hormones though do really affect you if you actually do the hormone therapy.
Bro, it's the exact same thing as if you take steroids, you become a better athlete. It's because you are injecting this into your body. If you don't have it, it's probably the exact same thing. I mean, if I start popping estrogen, then
you're gonna.
My dad boobs are gonna get way nicer. So
you're gonna have to get a nice bra there.
Yeah, I probably already need one. So I've got 2 minutes to talk about business. I promised Doug, and now we're a little off on that. But we talked about my business earlier, and they got made fun of on the interest rates and all that. How about your biz, Doug?
I mean, things are good right now. The only issues that we're running into is that because we haven't had much rain, so obviously there's not a lot of jobs out there.
Right.
Guys are just willing to give away jobs. It's already hard enough pricing wise, because I price a lot higher than an average company that has just a pickup truck and a couple guys.
Right, but I found that out when we first met years ago and we had you price some jobs. It's because the quality of the material you're using as
it's
well.
quality material. It's quality of jobs, the guys I hire. It's also workman's comp and liability.
Licensed, bonded, insured.
All these different things add on to the job that people don't realize.
Yeah.
So I always urge people just never go with the lowest number.
Pepe's roofing out of the back of the truck.
I have guys like, I can do it for $250 a square. I'm like, that's like my cost. So whoever's doing for that, what are they cutting?
Right.
I mean, they have to be cutting something. Whether it's quality, whether it's whatever it is, they're cutting something. If the guy falls off the roof, he's gonna sue you because he has no insurance.
That's why you gotta make sure they're illegal. You have to. That's a joke. Do not take that seriously, people. But Doug, I mean, I know you do employ legitimate people, and
like I said, the quality of the job, the quality of the people you hire, the quality of everything, customer service, everything we have, overhead, all these different things make the cost of a job unfortunately go up.
Yep.
So I always tell people, don't go with the highest, don't go with the lowest. Kind of pick the medium number. That's kind of the rule of thumb when it comes to anything.
Get more than one bid and actually compare.
You always get more than one bid. I always urge people to get at least 3.
And read them.
The business tip of the week. That's a good business tip of the week, and that's getting the bids.
Yeah,
and
get at least 3 bids. That way, if you get 7 or 8, there's no way you're going to be able to compare them all.
Right.
But if you get 3, you have your highest, your lowest, your medium, and then you can choose and pick.
Narrow it down.
And I would add to that. Make sure you read the proposals. You don't just look at the bottom number, because I cannot tell you how many times I've entered into a contract with the customer, and I have it all laid out for them. We end up ripping out irrigation or something because
it's comparing apples to apples.
It was in the scope of the work, and the customer has an issue with it. They signed that we are going to have to reroute the irrigation if we encounter it in the footprint of this job, and they just completely overlook it.
That exact same thing translates to mortgages
It's comparing apples to apples. A lot of people don't do it.
When you're comparing banks for mortgages and you get the 2 estimates and you see one has a lower rate and one has a higher rate, look at the fine print, guys. I can charge you thousands of dollars and get you a lower rate, but is it financially beneficial? I don't know. Guys, great show. Sammy, thank you for coming. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I hope I'm back soon.
Absolutely. We'll have you back in a few weeks probably. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. We will see you next week with Bob White.